Good morning and welcome to advertising, or how advertising works on social media. My name's Kayleen Grieve and I work with sales, SEO and social media, and today we're going to have a look at how you can use social media with advertising, and just have a look at some of the other sales and lead generation stuff that you can do on your social media platforms to generate a better return on investment for your business. So let's make a start. So basically what we're going to cover today, we're going to have a look at where you think your target market is. We're going to have a look at the three main components of a social media strategy, and what the essential components are of a successful social media plan. What are the must-dos for every social media site? And then we're going to have a look at some of the different social media platforms and have a look at some of the advertising, sales and lead generation strategies you can use on those platforms. And then we're going to have a quick chat about blogging and how that can be a really strong element of your social media presence and strategy. And before we start, I just wanted to bring your attention to this slide. A lot of you might have seen this floating around on social media in the last few months. Apologies, it's not a very good picture because it's blown up. But I wanted to bring your attention to the last line on this slide. So 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Now, most people give up when they've after the first or second contact with a new potential client. So think of all of the opportunities that you have on social media if you're paying attention to this last line. And I hope that when we go through this presentation, you can see how consistency and frequency and trust, relevance and quality all apply to social media, and will help you get to that 80% of the sales mark, because you are communicating with people more often. So you will have the opportunity to touch base with them more regularly, which will encourage more business for you. So where do you think your target market might be hiding? So just having a look at these social media platforms on the screen now. YouTube and Facebook both have over 1 billion subscribers or participants online. Google Plus over 300 million. It's probably one of the newer social media platforms out there in the market today, and it's growing at a rapid rate. So just having a look at the number of people on those different platforms, do you think your target market might be hiding in there somewhere? It's just a food for thought type of image, this one, because a lot of people think, oh, social media is not really for me or my business, or I don't have time. This is where the people are, and this is how business is changing from an advertising and sales perspective, and you absolutely need to be on social media to make the most out of all of the advertising strategies you're using in your business. So just have a look at what's happening in Australia. So in July this year, these statistics are reasonably current. 13 million people a month are on Facebook. That's nearly 2/3 of our population. Such a large amount of people are using Facebook for business as well as for private reasons. YouTube, we've got nearly 13 million unique Australian visitors per month. And the average person is spending about 15 minutes a day on YouTube. So if you're not on YouTube, you're not actively using videos as part of your social media strategy, you need to really have a think about how you can use it to benefit your business, because 13 million people are looking at videos, and bear in mind, a lot of them are on there just for personal reasons, but a lot of people are on there for business reasons. And if you would like a chunk of that audience, you need to think about your video conferencing or your video strategy through social media. And just have a look at the volume of people that are using these platforms per month. And these aren't the only social media platforms out there. So it just gives you a bit of an idea on the number of people that are on social media and how you can access your target market through these different mediums. So let's have a look at the three main components of a successful social media content strategy. And the first is the time of posting. So it's a good idea to really think about what is your business market, when is the most opportune time that your target market's on during the day. So if you're running a restaurant, posting about a business dinner or something like that might not be appropriate at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you might be running a 9 to 5 type business, posting at 11 o'clock at night might not be your best strategy, and you might not get your best return on investment. And also think about that when you're planning your ads out as well. So if you're running business stuff that's really 9 to 5, it's a good idea not to start your advertising on the weekend, unless of course you're pushing people into an event or something like that and you're on a time limit. But if your business is 9 to 5, you're better off posting during those business hours for advertising as well as content. And the type of content you use, make sure everything you're using is relevant to your business and the industry that you're in. The content should be really value add, and you should be looking at strategies of value adding, and then promoting. So giving your clients lots of rich content that's relevant to your industry and your business will help you to engage that level of trust with people, breed familiarity, and also that consistency is really important with your social media. Which brings us to the frequency. So I often get asked, how many times a day should I post? And it really is dependent on your business and what's happening in your business at the time. A good rule of thumb is to perhaps post at least once a day, just to continue with that consistency and bringing your brand front of mind. If you're building, postings and things like that for a promotion or an event, or you've got a special thing happening in business, you could perhaps increase the frequency of that posting, and that just drives a little bit more business and interest in what's happening online. So if you're doing something specific, increase the number of posts. Otherwise, continue to post as frequently as your business requires, but I would recommend at least once a day. And what are the essential components of a successful social media plan? So first and foremost, you need to have your business goals. So what are your business goals, and what's your company trying to achieve by using social media? And that could be building a list, creating more clients, bringing in more sales. Whatever your business goals are, be specific and know what they are before you start your social media campaigns. And make sure you set your objectives. And I'm sure you've all seen this analogy before, that making your objectives SMART, so making them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and within time limits. And know who your target market is before you start your social media campaign. You can get a lot of information already online off your social media platforms if you're already set up on some ideas on the demographics of your target market, what their interests are, what their likes, dislikes are, what they're talking about, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of information already online, but you can also do a lot of research. So if you're in, going into groups where your target market is, or doing advanced searches and things like that on social media can really help you get a good understanding of your target market. And you can also research your competition. So have a look at their audience. What are the similarities to yours? And how can you access that target market more efficiently? What are they doing on their social media? How are they using social media to work with their clients? And there might be some elements and ideas in there that you could use in your business to better promote yourself, or just more efficiently communicate with clients. And what social media sites work best for you in your market? And that's something that only you can decide. Not all social media platforms are relevant to every business, and most businesses are, flat out working day to day in their business. So you need to be able to manage your social media within the limits and restrictions of where you are right now. So working with the social media sites that best apply to your business is really important. And if you're running something like, say, an aged care facility, or you're in that retirement bracket of the target audience, perhaps posting content on Instagram might not be your best strategy, considering Instagram is for a much younger audience. So knowing where your target market is can really help you determine what sites work best for you. And create a content strategy. So know what you're going to present and how you're going to present it. And there's lots of great ideas you can use to put together a great strategy. And you might theme days, or you might, each day have a different idea that you can post online. So just to keep that content rich and creative and current is really important, and that strategy can really help you be clear about that. And one thing I strongly, strongly recommend for every business owner to do is to have a content plan in place, because we all know what it's like. We get caught up in the day-to-day. We're all really, really busy working long hours, and the last thing you want to be doing is going, oh, I haven't done my post today. What will I do? And you think, oh, I'm too busy. I can't think about it. I'll do it tomorrow. And then you start to break that consistency. So by having a content plan, you can either quickly cut and paste content for the day into your sites, or schedule it in advance. And making sure you're working within your budget. It's very easy to overspend on social media because it's exciting, and you get a better return for your investment. So be mindful of where you are and how much you do have to spend, and you can basically work with where you are, build that base up, and then as more business comes in, you can afford to spend more money. So what are the must-dos for every social media site? So make sure, regardless of what platform you're on, your About section is completely filled out. And that means making sure the why you're in business, what you can do for your clients, perhaps what makes you different, is all listed in your About section. Are you keyword optimizing this area? Because you don't know how the search engines are going to find you, and if you've got lots of keywords in your About section, you have a better chance of being found online. Also, make sure your contact information is consistent across all of your social media sites. And also ensure your branding is consistent across all sites. So social media is like a mini website for your business. So making sure that branding is consistent just gives people a level of trust in your business. So they think that they found you on social media. If the branding looks consistent with your other platforms, then they'll know that they've found you, as opposed to, I think that's the right business, but I'm not sure. So just make sure your branding is consistent, just to help build that trust and consistency with clients. Also, to have a look at what apps are available on your site. There's a lot of apps you can add quite quickly and easily, and most of them are free. And basically this means you can engage with your clients a lot more easily. So there's a lot of list building, contact form type apps that enable you to just engage with your clients more easily, and it keeps them on that social media site. So you might have an opt-in form that people could download. You can just put an app on your site and get them to download that form off your say your Facebook page, for instance, as opposed to them having to move to another site. Once again, make sure your content is relevant to your business. And also too, a lot of business pages hang off a personal profile. So just be mindful about what you're posting on your personal profiles as well, because if people can see that your business is you, or you're attached to the business, and then they go and look at your personal profile, which people do because we're naturally sticky beaks, you just need to be mindful of what you're posting there as well. Once again, having that content plan and strategy in place, and also keyword optimizing all of your posts, all of your content, and also all of your About sections. So let's have a look at a couple of lead generation things that you can do in Facebook. We'll start there. Basically, with lead generation, you can have a business page on most social media sites, and I'm guessing that most of you have got a business page set up, at least on Facebook. It seems to be the most common platform, and it's like having a mini website. So the more mini websites you have out there, the more you have, more chances you have of being found by the search engines, and you don't know how they're going to find you. So if they find you on Facebook first, or Twitter first, or wherever you're located, then that's great, because people will start to get to know your business. You can create events on Facebook, and this is a great little application. So if you're doing a webinar or a workshop, or you're having a special function, or even just a business launch of a product, you can create events and basically publish that out through your audience on social media. It's just a terrific little addition that you can use from a marketing perspective to further enhance what you're doing out there. And graph search. This is a fantastic application and a great research tool on Facebook, and we'll just jump out quickly and have a look at Facebook. So this is my page on Facebook, and if you click up here in the graph search area, all of a sudden you've got all of these drop downs of things that you can start researching. And say you want to do, you might have a soft drink business, and I might say I want to search for people who like, say, Coca-Cola. And as you can see, Facebook has brought up all of the different lists of people that might like Coca-Cola. So we'll have a look at this main site here. And what it's going to do is just bring me up a list of all of the people that have liked Coca-Cola. So if I'm in soft drink business and I want to do some research on my target market, I can start looking at all of these people and identify what are their similarities, what are they interested in, what are they talking about. It's just really, really good information to work out. Just fine-tune that target audience for yourself. And if you want to bring those filters down even further, you might say, well, my soft drink's really only for women, and that will bring the filter down even further. And you might even want to say, my soft drink is for single women. So this is specific about your audience, and so it'll just keep bringing that audience down and down and down, so you can get very specific about your target market and know exactly what they're doing, what they're talking about. So it's a really, really fantastic research tool. Great also for looking up competitors and getting a look at their audience and what's happening there. So graph search is a really good way to increase lead generation and things like that. And having a look at advertising. Now, I can't show you my Facebook page because I actually manage a lot of clients' accounts, so some of the information is confidential. But what we can do is have a look at the advertising opportunities on Facebook. So never before have we been able to custom build an audience as much as we've been able to now, unless we wanted to pay thousands of dollars to buy lists, which is what we used to do 5 to 10 years ago. So you can go into Facebook now and create an audience, and you can create a lookalike audience for a competitor. You can create a custom build audience. So I can go into Facebook and I can create a very, very specific audience on where they're based, what their age is, what their gender is, are they in business, what their interests are, and there's a whole range of options down the side here on ways that I can fine-tune that target audience. So when you're spending money on your advertising, you're actually really only talking to the people that you need to be. It's absolutely fantastic. Most people on Facebook will probably use Ads Manager, and this is what Ads Manager looks like here. There's another application you can use called Power Editor. And the main difference is Power Editor probably, well, it does give you a few more toys to play with if you're a high-end marketing agency, or if you're a business that's out there doing lots and lots of ads and you need to test a lot of different things. So there's a few extra features in Power Editor, but most businesses will probably use Ads Manager, and it's very simple to create an ad on Facebook. You just come up here, click on create an ad, and then you've got a whole range of options you can choose for, and you might want to push people to your website, you might want to do a branding campaign, you might want to advertise an event, advertise an app, whatever it is. There's lots of options for you to choose from in Ads Manager, and when you tie a really well crafted ad to a very targeted audience, your return on investment is so much more than what it used to be when we were, offline advertising, which we still are doing. Another great feature within Facebook is a product called retargeting or remarketing, and you may have heard that. So remarketing is, you may have experienced this yourself. You've gone offline, you're having a look at something on Google, you might have got distracted or just moved on to the next page that you're looking at. And then all of a sudden you start noticing that business popping up in banners on future searches and also in Facebook feeds. So this is a great example of retargeting, and you can actually do this now in Facebook, and it's very, very cost efficient. So if you're running really great ads and then you're putting retargeting strategies across the top of them, it really does help to keep you front of mind with your audience. It gives you a great presence because people are looking at you going, wow, these guys are everywhere. They must be, a really powerful business. They've got lots of money to spend on advertising, blah, blah, blah. So it really is a very effective way of keeping your business front of mind. And if we go back to that original slide and think about, it takes 5 to 12 contacts with a client before they might be ready to buy with us, this is a great strategy to use with, keeping that in mind. Another great feature, especially on Facebook, is Insights. So Insights is like a mini Google Analytics, if you like. So it gives you some great information on who's looking at your page, how many likes, how your campaigns are going, where people are coming from to look at you, and you can pull off some fantastic reports which just give you a lot of information about what your target market is and what they're doing. So you can use that to further enhance your marketing as you move forward. And this is an example of an ad I just wanted to show you. This ad over here, this little yellow one, is an example of an ad I did a couple of years ago in business that I used to run before I knew about SEO and social media. So I ran an ad in a newspaper for 3 weeks. I had to commit to 3 weeks, and the ad cost $350. So it was just under $1,000 for that 3-week period, my cost. And my ad went out to 82,000 people. And about 13,000 people looked online each week. Now, from this ad in the paper, I spent nearly $1,000 and did not get one call or one contact for that business at that time. So my return on investment for that medium was not good quality. And then moving over to Facebook. So what I've done is what we call a branding campaign, and I put up a couple of different images to test which worked best. This image actually worked the best. Basically just put an ad up for just basic branding. Here we are, this is what we do. If you're interested, click like, and they're part of your audience. So over here I did a custom audience based around what I was looking for when I did this branding campaign. And you can also set your costs down below. Now on this particular ad, I didn't spend $50 a day, I spent $27 a day. And in a 3-week period, I spent $475. My average click cost, I think, 74 cents, and I got 555 people who liked my page, who are now my target audience, who I can now communicate with on an ongoing basis. So my return on investment on that ad was a lot less, with a lot bigger response, and within the same time frame. So you can see by using social media platforms effectively when you're advertising, and you make sure you get all of this information as close to possible with your target market, you can really get some fantastic returns on investment. And if you're watching your ads every day, and I strongly encourage you to do this, is just monitor which ads are responding well. If some of the ads aren't responding well, you can turn those images off, and it just means the ones that are responding well are getting in front of your audience more regularly. So you can really get some great return on investment with your advertising on social media. And a couple of other quick marketing tips, which are just, free things you can do that might just generate a bit of extra interest in your business. Banners on your business page, you can put a call to action in them. So basically, if you've got a call to action, it does encourage people to click on the call to action. And when they do, the description box comes up, and basically you can tell them what you'd like them to do. So please click here, put the link in, and download this free report. This then takes them out to the website where they can go in and download this free report. So you can do a marketing campaign around this if you want to, or just leave it there and use it as a free additional thing that you can do from a marketing perspective with your clients. Another great way to generate interest and leads is groups. Groups is very underused from a marketing perspective. So I strongly encourage you to go out and find lots of groups that your target audience are sitting in and join them as a business if you can. because if you're encouraging and engaging and conversing with your target market in your group, they're going to start to notice you, they're going to start to appreciate the supportive comments that you're putting out there, all that kind of stuff. It just increases your brand and your presence with people. And I have got so much business by participating in groups just from that one element alone. And another great thing about groups is you can actually create your own group. So basically, if you've got, you might have different segments in your business, or you might just have one main segment that you work with. You can create a group and start conversing directly with your clients. So adding lots of value, encouraging lots of conversations, perhaps occasionally putting out a special offer just for that group. It really does encourage a lot of activity, and you'll be surprised how much business you can bring in through Facebook just by being active in those groups. And another little thing here, this is just an example of an app. So this is an opt-in app. So I have a free report on my website. So people can come to my Facebook page now, fill in that form. Those details go straight into my database. They get to download the form off the Facebook page, and it's very easy. So it's a great little interaction, a great value add for my clients, and it's, you know, something extra that didn't cost me any money that I can do to help build my list. So let's have a look at Google. So Google is very much a social media platform to take notice of. Now, there's not, you know, the traffic on Google isn't anywhere near what it is on Facebook at this point in time, but I strongly encourage you to have a look at Google Plus if you're not already, because it is owned by the world's largest search engine, and I think we're going to see a lot of growth in this area. So you can set up a business page on Google Plus, and it has a lot of similarities like Facebook as well. So here we can see we've got people that we're connected with, which is very similar to Facebook. The main difference is down here we've got circles. So in these circles, and I'll just jump over to my Google Plus page. And here I've got some clients in a page who are here, and down here I've got my circles. Now you can name these circles and create these circles with whatever you want, and you can see as I click over these circles, those that are in this circle are highlighted and those that are not are shaded back. So basically what I can do is I can set up my circle. So if I have different marketing segments within my business and I want to do specific posts and contents to those people only, when I send my posts out, I can include these circles in those posts and basically just target my marketing towards those people individually. So it really is an excellent little tool, super, super easy to use, and you can really, really customize this to suit your business. Another great feature, and I'll just go back to Google, is the communities area, and this is a lot like groups on Facebook. But there's a little bit of a difference, so I just wanted to show you. So this is one of the communities that I've joined, it's a content marketing and social media group, if you like. And in here is lots and lots of information about my industry. So I can use this from a research tool. I could also be in communities that are where my target market is. But one of the great features about communities, and I wanted to bring this to your attention, is look at the breakdown of discussions in this community. So you can imagine with 41,000 members, there's a lot of posting and content going on. So basically, if I just want to go in and see what people are talking about on Facebook, and if you're looking at this in your target market, what people are talking about specifically, you can really go in and just find out what they're posting, what they're talking about, and what they're interested in. So it's a really, really good research tool, not only for you to research your target market, but also for you to research what's happening in your industry, what's current, to keep you ahead of the game. Okay. You can also do events on Google+, which is very similar to Facebook, and also Google Hangouts. Now, I'll just flip back over to Google. This is an area that I think we need to pay attention to. Video, as we all know, is really leading medium, if you like, of social media. So being au fait with video and putting videos together for your business, we're all going to have to get used to doing that if we're not already. And this is an interesting area on Google+, which I think will gain a lot of traction as we move forward. So if you're doing webinars and workshops and things like that, you can actually go on and start a live webinar straight off, and anybody out of the 343 million people that are on Google Plus already can just come in and join that webinar. So you might be doing a value add piece or whatever it is. Anybody can come on and join. So you can just start increasing your audience engagement by sharing some content online. You can also create webcasts, webinars, all that kind of stuff, similarly to what you can do offline. But you can do that now through your Google Plus page. So it really is an interesting angle on social media that I think we'll all be seeing a lot more of. And LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is really good if your business is in that professional services area. One of the great things about LinkedIn is they've got this advanced search area, and so you can go in and in quite detail do a search on people that fit your target market. So depending on what your business is, this can be an amazing tool for actually connecting with people online. So LinkedIn is more like your networking group, but they're online. So social media is all about networking, but LinkedIn is just that little bit more of a professional networking group as opposed to some of the other social media sites. And some of the great things you can do on LinkedIn. So if you've got mail lists on any accounts that you might be running for yourself or your business, you can go in and sync those contacts with LinkedIn, and all of a sudden you've expanded your audience. So not only can you speak with these people on email, but you're also communicating through LinkedIn with your consistent posting from your content media strategy. Once again, you can also join groups. So groups are once again very powerful, and LinkedIn has good interaction on their groups, and you can go in and join your target market groups or create some new groups of your own from your business and start engaging with your audience that way. You can also advertise on LinkedIn, sponsored posts and updates, basic ad formats and things like that. So advertising is also available on LinkedIn, as well as the company pages. So yeah, the more mini websites you can get out there on social media, the better it is from an SEO perspective, and the more opportunities you have of being found online. And Twitter. So Twitter is a really interesting platform. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm not sure it's for me, for my business, and you might be right. Twitter is a very fast, very current type of social media site. So it really does depend on your business and what you're doing as to, whether this is a platform for you. It is a little bit restrictive with what you can say because you're limited with the characters on the tweets, but there is a lot of ways you can get your message out there which can be very effective. And one of the great marketing things you can do on Twitter is you can create a custom background behind your profile. And people are starting to take notice. So on your custom profile, you can put in some business details, all of your contact information. So it just gives people a place to come in and go, oh, I forgot to contact, such and such a business. I'll just jump on Twitter and see what their contact details are. Because instead of having to research things on an internet site, a website, they can just come here and it's right there. So having a custom background is a really effective way of just increasing your presence and letting people know where you are. Twitter is also a great research tool on your target market. If you've got something in your industry that's going viral or trending, get online and just see what people are saying. I remember when Schapelle Corby was being released from jail a couple of months ago, I sat on Twitter and watched that live, and we were getting 35 new tweets every 30 seconds. So when something's going viral, it's really instant, and you're probably more likely to find out about it on Twitter before anywhere else. So if you're doing some research on your target market, you can go in and just see what they're talking about. And this stuff is very, very current. So it really does help you stay ahead of the game and keep in touch with your audience. Also, what are your competitors up to? They're going to be on Twitter. They're talking on Twitter. Find out what they're talking and communicating with their audience, and perhaps some of those strategies might be applicable to your business. So it's a really good platform to find out what's trending right now. And you can also advertise on Twitter. So all of the social media platforms now are bringing out advertising like Facebook, so you can promote your tweets, website clicks, app installs, and grow your fan base basically with followers. So there's a lot of good advertising strategies that you can now use on Twitter. There's also still a lot of free stuff you can do that can really help you increase your online presence. And I wanted to cover off blogging, because blogging is a really, really important SEO strategy. And the reason is because the more blogs you create, the more pages you have on your website. And the more pages you have on your website, the better your SEO capability is. So when you're keyword optimizing blogs, you really, really are improving your SEO capability out there with the search engines. So you need to make sure your blogs are tagged properly when you're sending them out, and it just increases the number of pages on a website, which Google and the other search engines start to take notice of, because they're looking for websites that are quality, trust, and have relevance. So if your website is performing well, has more than 3,000 words, has got good content that people are visiting regularly, Google starts to build trust in your site, and they're more likely to throw you up on page one as opposed to a competitor who might not be using those SEO strategies so well. So blogging is a really excellent strategy for social media because it'll help you attract more clients to your business. You can engage more frequently with your audience and also new audiences. It enables you to gain influence and establish yourself as an expert in your field. It'll help you build your network. It'll help you improve your SEO. You'll be able to sell more products, help others in the process, because a lot of your blogs and posts are about how your business can help people and why they should work with you. And it helps to continue to build trust and consistency with your audience. So with your blogging strategy, so you're pushing that out through your website, you're pushing that out through your normal social media platforms, but you're also setting yourself up on blogging sites, and you can push that content out there, and that's lots of new customers and new audience members seeing your work. And as you create that consistency with blogging, the blogging sites might start to go, well, this business is actually getting some really good interest. Maybe we'll ask them to blog for us, and then that puts you in front of a whole new audience. So blogging is an excellent strategy for social media as well as your SEO. The biggest problem I hear with blogging is people say to me, I don't have time, I'm not a good writer. And I fully understand how that is. My advice to you on that is outsource it. We certainly have products that can help you with your blogs. All we need is a headline and 4 bullet points, and we'll write it for you and we'll push it out for you into your social media. So there's lots of places you can go to outsource. So if you don't have time for blogging, or you're not naturally a good writer, I highly encourage you to outsource the blogging, but make it consistent, make it a consistent and continuous part of your social media strategy, because it really is very, very important. So we have a special for today, which I'll quickly run through with you. This is a new product that we're launching today. It's called Social Media Success Package. If you have some social media presence already set up, but it's not performing as well as you'd like, or you don't have it set up yet and you'd really like to just get out there and get started, this is the package for you. So this package will help build your audience, generate new leads and clients. It'll build your brand, and it'll help you engage with your audience more frequently and bring in more sales. So the package includes an hour consultation at the beginning, so we can just make sure we're covering off all of your objectives and goals, and get clear on your strategies and what campaigns you want to use. We will set up 3 of your social media sites. And if they're already set up, we'll fine tune them for you. So we'll get that consistency happening, make sure everything's keyword optimized, and just get everything up and running. So the foundation is set up for you on those 3 sites. We'll help you with your banners, get your custom look and branding consistent across all of those sites. We can do some call to action banners for you so that you've got that, activity generating from the social media sites. We'll do a lead generation and a new business development strategy for you. So we can look at all the ways on those social media sites that are going to help your business generate new leads and new opportunities. And we're even going to write 2 blogs for you. So all you need to do is give us a headline and a couple of bullet points. We'll write the blogs for you. We'll help you set up the blogging strategy. Where do you want these blogs to go? How are we going to push this out through social media? And then we'll push that out for you. So you don't have to do anything. We will do all of this for you. We'll also do one advertising campaign. So we can set up a Facebook campaign for you. It might be for branding or list building or doing a special promotion, whatever you'd like to work with. And we're also going to do a social media content plan for 1 month. So for 1 month, we're going to write all the content, do all the pictures, all the images, all the jokes, the quotes, whatever it is that you want in your social media content plan. You approve it and we push it out for you so you don't have to do a thing. And then at the end of the month, we'll get back together and just have a chat about what worked and also look at the measurement and what results we got from all of these social media campaigns and strategies. So if you want a way to really kickstart your social media presence online or just get your social media up and running if you're already sort of chugging along now, this package is exceptional value. So you'll get all of that in a month. All of that priced up together is $1,676. Today it's only $697. It's a special for this webinar. I highly encourage you to do this because you won't know yourself after a month once your social media is working effectively and you're getting massive returns on investment. So this is the link for the package. The package is online now, and what we're offering today is the first 5 people that register for the package will also get a free SEO and social media audit report. So this is a review we do of your website and your social media platforms. It's about a 10-page report, and we just come back to you with all of the things that you can do to improve your SEO on your website and your social media. This report is $250 and today it's free for the first 5 people that register. So if the social media success package is something for you, I highly encourage you to get online and book it in today because you'll get that audit report with it. And that brings us to the end of our webinar. So I'll just leave this screen up so you can keep having a look at the link. And perhaps we'll just take a few quick questions. And one question we've got is, what is the most effective social media strategies for business to business, product or service enterprises? Great question. Interesting response is basically it really does depend on what the business is and what it is that the business is trying to promote at the time. There's so many strategies you can use on social media for business to business. You can use groups, you can use advertising, create events for those businesses, start engaging directly with them. There's just so much stuff you can do. So it really does depend on your business and what you're wanting to achieve. So I'll just keep having a look for some questions. Thank you. So also Sam, thank you kindly, has put the link up online. So if you're wanting to click straight through to the link now, you can do that through the chat area. And we've got another question. How long does it take to make a content plan? So that really is dependent on you. I find I'm writing about 10 at least content plans a week. They tend to take about half an hour to 40 minutes depending on the business I'm writing it for. And I tend to do content plans weekly only because it keeps the information we're putting out quite current. Now you can do a content plan based on a monthly basis or a fortnightly basis. It's entirely up to you, but I'm finding content plans, if you allow it half an hour to an hour, you should be able to push your content plan out pretty quickly, and that's a really great time saver for you during the week. Just got another question. Thank you for the session. So where is the best place to start with sending out to blogging sites and to share blogs? So great question, Felicity. So there's a lot of blogging sites that you can set up, places like Tumblr, StumbleUpon, blogger.com. You can go online and just have a look at the, just type in blogging sites and you'll get lots of lists of blogging sites. We have a strategy we use with about 10 to 15 blogging sites, and we just push that content out to them. So some of the blogging sites will be relevant to the business, and some of them will just be general blogging sites. And it's surprising the number of people that are online now reading blogs, because our attention spans seem to have shortened over time with all the digital media we're presented with. So we just want quick, sharp hits of information, and blogs are really, really effective for that. So yeah, so the main sites, Tumblr, StumbleUpon, blogger.com, a good place to start, and there's a whole list of others that we can help you with setting up your strategy. Another quick question, how many times a day do I post on Facebook? Generally once a day for my business, depending if we've got a promotion coming up. So if it's a promotion, I'll knock that up to 2 or 3 times. You just need to be mindful that the content you're sending out there is relevant, and it's not just a sales pitch all the time, because people get sick of just hearing about your sales products. So they want some value as well as, you know, the promotions. Another question, how long does the social media success package run for, and what happens after it? So the social media success package is basically runs for a month, and it really, really does kickstart everything that you're trying to do on social media. And then after that month, we have some maintenance packages we can help you with. So if you really like the content and the blogging being written for you, we can continue to do that on a month-to-month basis. There's no contracts, so you can choose how long you want that to run for. And they're just cost-efficient ways for you to keep that frequency and consistency up with your business.